I'll make y'all move.
So he was threatening at the door to
I try not to.
blow my house up.
Okay.
Whoever live here, I'll make all you move about my kid. I'll blow this to the next street.
Florida deputies respond when a 911 call reports multiple explosions in a West Palm Beach neighborhood. But what begins as a routine emergency dispatch quickly takes a turn as investigators uncover a deeper conflict and a neighborhood feud that may have finally reached its breaking point.
What the is that?
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
911, where is the location of your emergency?
It's not an emergency.
Along with the patch
Okay.
notes,
Well,
the
I don't
new
know. I
Vanguard
just walked
Hero
out
gameplay
front and my
trailer was also
windshield
released.
smashed, and all I can see from my camera is what looks like fire and explosion.
Moments later, deputies arrive on scene.
You might be able to see stuff that I can't see. Like I said, I don't have a flashlight. You can smell the gas from right here.
It smells really bad.
And then when you get here, you look up here, see the bag. She hasn't seen it. No, she's talking, she hasn't seen this. All this, there's more over here. There's this piece right here, whatever this is, it looks like a pipe bomb. Then it blows over here on my truck. And then if you look over here, there's a bullet hole. I noticed this with my cell phone. Also, on this side, you smell the gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this side here, I don't know what this is, but I know it wasn't here yesterday, and I don't know what this is, what it came from, but it's like all over my tire of my truck.
Ross guides the officer through the extensive damage and debris left behind by the explosion. But with only flashlights to illuminate the scene, the full extent won't be clear until daylight.
Put it right there and explode
They had to have thrown it, because if they would have put it there, that camera and that camera would have picked them up.
Was this windshield broken before?
No, all this just happened.
No.
And you have video?
You can't see anything on the video.
No?
No, it's all like, she's got it on her thing.
I'm scared. Throw this.
At approximately 3 a.m., Tiffany's porch surveillance captures the first explosion. Before the blast, a faint sound can be heard, something being thrown, striking an object, and then a sudden detonation. However, it isn't until 3:40 a.m. when Tiffany and Ross wake to the sound of two more explosions. Thick smoke quickly engulfs the yard, obscuring the camera's view. Moments later, the footage cuts to Ross emerging from the haze, searching for the source of the smoke. As investigators review the footage, the reality of what happened begins to sink in.
What the is that?
What the footage doesn't capture is who's responsible for the explosion. But the victims have their own theories, pointing to an altercation just 2 weeks earlier that may have set everything in motion.
Idea who would be doing this?
The neighbor, maybe. We kind of have a problem with the neighbor right now.
What's the neighbor's name?
Derek. I had to call the cops last week. The kids got into an argument, and he was banging on the front door, wouldn't leave the door alone, and then threatened to blow my house up.
As the early morning sun rises, more investigators arrive and begin documenting the scene, revealing the full extent of the damage. Cracks stretch across the SUV's windshield, along with bits and pieces of debris scattered across the front half of the vehicle. Nearby, one of the truck's passenger windows was pierced by a small projectile, shattering it, and a strange brown powder was found covering one of its tires. Detectives also located a clear plastic bottle lodged under the truck. Scattered across the ground and throughout the yard, investigators also found remains of fireworks from the brand World Class Fireworks. Around 6 a.m., investigators attempt to make contact with Derek Shealy at the residence Ross and Tiffany mentioned, but no one answers the door. However, 6 hours later, they're approached by Derek's wife, Jera Sheila Gomez, who has questions of her own.
What
What's going on?
So, your neighbors had something blow up in their front yard.
Okay, that was the boom that we heard last night.
Yeah. Where is Derek now?
I don't know. He's probably at work somewhere.
Well,
do you guys want to see if Derek is inside?
Yeah, we will.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you guys can come in and see this.
Okay, tell you what, hold on 1 second for me.
Okay, that's no problem because he doesn't live here.
Yeah, no problem.
We were all up late last night. We all heard the boom. We all came out
I don't think he wants to get
see
in
what
there
was
like
going
that.
on. And Derek actually and my daughter, they came out here to ask everybody if they were okay.
Yeah.
And everybody said they were okay.
Okay. I guess Derek has had some ongoing problems with the folks whose car got blown up this morning.
He had one argument weeks ago.
Okay. Based on that, based on evidence that we found at the scene, there is a search warrant being requested right now to search to make sure that there is no evidence of any explosive devices in your house.
Oh my God.
Okay?
With the warrant finally cleared, officer.
Why would he even say that? Why would he even jeopardize the investigation? I'm confused.
And investigators move in, beginning their search of the house and surrounding property. Canine units are called in to assist, searching for any hidden clues. Inside the house, investigators discover the same brown powder found on Ross's truck tire, resting on the lid of the trash can. When they open it, they find numerous pieces of consumer pyrotechnic packaging. Among the debris, they also find a plastic water bottle wrapper, matching the one found under Ross's truck.
Dude.
The K9 units were alerted to a cabinet in the garage where more fireworks were found, including the same world-class fireworks brand discovered at the scene of the explosion.
I mean, dude.
On December 18th,
Slam
2024,
dunk.
a warrant for Derek Shealy's arrest was signed, charging him with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. Later that evening, Shealy was arrested by the Okeechobee Police Department at approximately 6 p.m. Just 1 day later, on December 19th, investigators made contact with Shealy at the Palm Beach County Jail, where they conducted an interview.
What do you know about my area? So they said something about a explosive device and the destruction of property.
Gotcha. You familiar with the incident that brought all this on?
I'm kind of familiar, but I don't understand why I'm here.
Gotcha.
What do you know of the incident?
I just know some loud noise went on a house next door to where I was at, and that was the last time I heard about anything. But this whole thing, it blows me because when it comes to that neighborhood, I hear everybody in that neighborhood. Can't nobody in that neighborhood say one bad thing about me.
It's helping blowing the cars up. Doing God's work.
As Derek claims to have been a helpful neighbor, the victims offer their own account, detailing a more recent conflict with him that they believe triggered the explosion.
What was the altercation about, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it was just something with the kids.
He said his kids got into it with our boys.
Okay.
They were picking on her son. She got mad, came outside, told their kids, hey, if you don't got nothing nice to say, leave my kids alone, stay the out of our yard, stay the off our porch when we're cheating cuss, when we're not home.
Okay.
That's what it is. She came back in the house. I'm getting ready to leave. The girl's out there running her mouth, talking about her, but she's not outside. I don't pay no attention. I leave. 30 minutes after I'm gone, he comes over here banging on the door.
So he was threatening at the door to blow my house.
It seems logical that with this conflict, the only logical recourse is to throw bombs, right?
Okay.
That's
Investigators
what I'm thinking
questioned
now.
Derek about the altercation between the children that led to him
The kids are
visiting
yelling,
the victim's house on July
make a
7th.
bomb.
And then my wife called me hysterical, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Down the street. So I went, knocked on the door. I was like, hey, come outside and talk to you, Tiffany. She like, no, I ain't coming outside. Get the on my property. I'm like, I'm trying to understand what happened with you and my daughter. Oh, I ain't got this stuff. I'll call the police. I was like, man, listen, all I'm trying to do is figure out what happened. And listen, just when it comes to my kids, you got a problem with my kids as an adult, come to me. Don't step on my young daughter and treat her like she's an older person. And then left at that.
Derek's recount of events paints a far more civil dispute. This, however, contrasts with what the investigators have already seen firsthand, thanks to Tiffany's surveillance footage.
I'm not opening the door. What happened with my daughter?
I have no idea what happened to your daughter.
My daughter said you called her a bitch and and some.
Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe you should look at your camera.
I just looked at my cameras. My son and your son playing with water, and he came and my daughter.
Okay, Daryl, that has nothing to do with them. A grown woman, I can.
Yeah, a grown woman that just cussed out my child. Man, you know how I get down, bro. Don't play with me about my child. I'll make y'all move. Don't play with me about my child. Who give a fuck whoever the live here. I'll make all you move about my kids. I'll throw this to the next street.
When investigators confront Derek with the footage, his silence speaks volumes.
He's gonna what?
I don't recall. I don't recall this.
Derek also claims the fireworks they found in the house were leftovers from last year's 4th of July. However, detectives uncovered multiple receipts showing firework purchases made throughout the year. One receipt in particular stands out, showing his wife purchasing fireworks on July 4th, 2024, just 19 days before the explosion on July 23rd. While the fireworks receipts raise questions, investigators confront Derek with the most critical piece of evidence.
Additionally, we have your DNA on parts of the devices that were used at the house.
Well, I mean,
That can't be possible.
Dude, please.
It's the ATF lab. There's no messing this up. Like, they go through processes. They ran it. You're already in our system. We know. Yeah, you're in the system. It's your DNA on it. So I'm telling you this, Derek, because.
That can't be possible.
Okay, this is a straightforward case.
Yeah.
You made threats. We found the stuff in your house. The same fuse is used. And to top it off, your DNA is on the devices. It's nobody else.
It can't be possible, though.
This is your chance now to come clean, Derek. I mean,
Come clean about what?
that you were the one that.
How would his DNA get on some random device that also blew up? Like, come on, bro.
I can't sit here and tell you a lot.
Okay, that's.
Did you show somebody else how to put an account?
Put what together?
These were underneath Red's truck. Okay? Pipe on the duty and down.
Never seen
Dude, he might have Googled some shit and he probably, bro, this is probably the spot that, like, could blow the fucking car up, man. That's diabolical, no? Like what the fuck
Derek
is that?
steadfastly denies any involvement in the crime. As the pressure mounts, he ultimately requests a lawyer and decides to end the interrogation. After the interrogation, Derek makes multiple phone calls from jail to his wife on a recorded line. In one call, he expresses an alarming thought, saying, "The only way I can get out of this is if I throw my son under the bus," and that Sheely Jr. would only get a slap on the wrist. Investigators approach Gomez in a later interview to confront her about these comments.
I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Derek much since he's been incarcerated, but we've unfortunately now our DNA tests have come back, and so they've indicated that Derek is one of the profiles that we recovered on that device. However, there is a second profile on that device too, so we're trying to narrow down who else might have handled this thing, who else might have been involved with it. Or my concern is that, Derek might think that it would be easier to have somebody else take the fall for this as opposed to him, particularly.
Unless he went with his son as like a dad-son revenge plot, like.
Yeah. Has he mentioned that?
He said something about that he was questioned about it.
Yeah.
And was it with you?
Mm-hmm.
And that you asked him, was it you? Was it your son?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just not my problem. Not my problem. Whoever's DNA is on that, that's on them. I have nothing to do with any of that.
After his arrest on December 18, 2024, Derek Shealy was denied bond and charged with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. He's pleaded not guilty, and his next court hearing is scheduled for April 29, 2025.
Dude,
as the case continues.
Dude, that's kind of scary though, chat. I mean, why doesn't the law like accelerate or like ramp up in severity when it comes down to explosives, brother? That's scary though. The intention is to blow some shit up. Like the intention they could see is to explode a fucking vehicle directly parked in front of a family. Like, oh, that's like, in my opinion, that's like attempted murder though. Like, how is it not? That can easily blow up the house and kill everybody. The magnitude goes far beyond some explosion that can. Well, it's not terrorism because it's not political or any of that shit. That's not. Anyway, that's interesting. Stop saying RP lawyer. It's branded. Alright, what is that?
How you going? You ever seen the Space Shuttle Challenger launch?
Oh, I'm on a little bit of Rivals. What else?
On August 1st, 2024, deputies with the Frederick County Sheriff's Office in Maryland were dispatched to the Super 8 Motel in an attempt to locate 45-year-old Jack Edgar Primer of Freedom, Pennsylvania. Primer was wanted on a felony warrant out of Beaver County, Pennsylvania for child sexual assault, abuse, and possession of child pornography. Deputies located Primer's vehicle in the parking lot, confirmed which room he was in, and moved in for the arrest. Unknown to officers at the time, Primer was armed with a loaded gun.
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office, come to the door!
Oh, hell no.
What do you want? We need to talk to you. About what? You know what? Open the door. Now!
Hey, right now, I got a gun.
Oh, hell no.
So do we. Open the door with your hands up. Now! Now!
He's talking to us through the door. He's claiming to have the 1032.
No, open the door now. We'll figure that out. Come out now. Open the door. Hey. Yeah, come closer. Get behind over there. Open the door. Come now. Hey, get less lethal. You got your camera on?
They should have a code word for switching to less lethal, I think.
Bremer, open the door.
No?
Now!
I mean, without giving comms to fucking opponent.
Mr. Primer!
Go yellow, go banana.
Jared, you got hands.
Like.
I'm moving over there. All right, switch the hands. Come out now. Come out now. You know you have a warrant. Come out now. Right now. You have a warrant. You're under arrest. Come out right now. Open the door and come out now.
Now you want him to get a crossfire because when he opens the door, he gets line of sight first, right? It's like a 50-50. But with this though, he has to turn the corner to get the line of sight, so he's at a disadvantage.
Mr. Primer! We're not going anywhere. Let's end this peacefully.
Through the next hour, officers held their position and waited for heavy armor, additional units, and for SWAT teams to take over. Officers then took up firing positions, ensuring that Primer could not escape from his window. What happened next took everyone by surprise.
Hold on. Drop it! Drop it!
Dude, hell no.
Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it!
A second angle from a hotel security camera captured a better view of what appeared to be the suspect brandishing a handgun.
Oh, hell no.
Drop the gun! Alright, gun's out in the hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that shit.
Alright,
You never know if he has two guns. Fuck that. That doesn't mean anything.
Hang on. That's right. Yes, hang on. Yeah, I think. I don't know. Anyone else here?
What did you? Just come on, man. I'm not dangerous.
He's out. He's back in his room.
All right, it's fine. We're not doing anything.
Hey, keep your hands in the air.
Both ends, loser.
Hands in
Jesus,
the
as long as
air.
yeah.
Get in here, get your mask. Hands in the air. Get in here, get your mask. That's all right. That's all right. Don't move. All right, listen. He's down over there. We need to move up in hands. Okay. Who's got hands? We're moving up. Got hands. You guys got hands? Yep. Ready? No. Whoever's got hands. Mendez, come out.
He might just be dead. Whatever.
Do not move. Don't move. We need moving hands forward. With gloves. Hands with gloves. Do not move. I have one glove. Do not move. Do not move. Do not move. Do not move. What's up, pellet guy? Okay. All right.
Why does it matter?
Take him in custody. All right, turn. You gotta get in cuffs. Turn him out. I can't move.
I probably hit his spine.
Start EMS.
Well, I mean, brother, I mean.
Stairwell. We're going stairwell. All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. We need a med kit.
Maybe don't do that.
One for this room. I got you. Going good? First guy, sheriff's office. Need a room. Make yourself known. Not a tourniquet. Gonna need balls. Here's your balls right here. This is quick part. Good?
I mean, even if it's a pellet gun, what is the guy thinking just coming out with the gun? I mean,
We need to check the other side too. Yep. Put it on the other side. We need to check the other
that
side.
is straight brain dead.
Does anybody have more balls?
EMS is coming.
I see a hole there. Where?
Jesus.
This? No, that's not a hole. That's. Oh yeah, it is. It is a hole.
One there, one in there. I think one underneath the armpit, maybe right there.
It could be exit or I don't know. Hit me in the foot too. In your foot? He's got something in his
Bro, this guy.
on a leg.
The handgun that Primer brandished turned out to be a Crossman SNR 357, which is designed to shoot BBs or pellets. According to a press release put out by the Frederick County Sheriff's Office, Primer was transported to the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Unit in Baltimore by Maryland State Police helicopter, where he was stabilized and survived his wounds. According to Maryland court documents, Primer was extradited to Pennsylvania on August 27, 2024. Pennsylvania court documents reveal that Primer faces 31 felony counts of child sex abuse by photographing a sex act, 230 felony counts of child pornography, 1 count of criminal use of a communication facility, and a misdemeanor count of corruption of minors. He also faces a second case stemming from previous criminal acts allegedly committed in 2021. which involve a laundry list of felonies including 2 counts of involuntary, deviant sexual intercourse of a person less than 16 years of age, 2 counts of rape threat of forcible compulsion, 2 counts of sexual assault, aggravated indecent assault of a minor, statutory sexual assault of a child 8 to 11 years old, unlawful sexual contact
But
with a
how
minor,
though?
2 counts of corruption of minors, 2 counts of rape of an unconscious victim, and 51 counts of indecent assault of a person less than 13 years of age. Primer also faces a 3rd trial where he was charged with 15 felony counts of child pornography and a single felony count of criminal use of a communication facility stemming from alleged crimes committed in 2017. As of March 3rd, a hearing was scheduled for April 1st,
out in the
2025
world
to
though?
consolidate all cases for trial. Midwest Safety independently verified that Jack Primer is currently being held at Beaver County Jail awaiting trial. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Now, there's absolutely nothing like responding to a call to apprehend a wanted felon. And of course, we know that all crime is bad. But when the suspect is running on crimes that possibly involve children, it's especially tough for any law enforcement officer to have to deal with. And it took me years to learn how to separate my personal emotions from the calls that I responded to. And honestly, I never mastered it. However, I always knew that even though some calls...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no shit. It's fucking CEO pedophilia. This guy's fucking, like, he's the final boss. But the guy owns the brand. Like, what the fuck? Oh my